Hello everyone, welcome to the new class of biology. The previous class we discussed how Mendel did experiment on some of the characters. He used mainly 7 characters for his experiment, which was done on the pea plant. Mendel was an Austrian monk, and through 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 various experiments that he conducted, he proved that inheritance, a process which is found in the generation, the passing of the characters, it takes place in all the living organisms which reproduce by sexual reproduction. Okay, in yesterday's class we actually discussed one type of cross which we said yesterday. This is actually known by the name monohybrid cross. This type of cross means it is a monohybrid cross. What is actually monohybrid cross? It is nothing but a cross where only one character is taken. See, here we can see that tall, short. It is only one character. Which is that character? The character is actually height of the plant, right? So similarly, where a process where only one character is taken, that is known as the monohybrid cross. So by this term itself, we can understand mono means one. So what if there are 2 characters at a time? So we can say a cross where 2 characters occur at a time, it is known as the dihybrid cross. So what I am trying to say is that Mendel did experiments on both these type of crosses, both on monohybrid cross as well as the dihybrid cross. He did experiment with plants having a single character and also plants having 2 characters, also plants having single character. So let's see what is actually a dihybrid cross and what are the results that he occurred from a dihybrid cross. From a monohybrid cross, Mendel, in the previous class we did a work, we studied actually how a monohybrid cross occur. We got a particular ratio also, 3 to the ratio 1. I think the homework which was given to you got the ratio the same for the color of the plant, 3:1, color of the flower, 3:1. In today's class we will discuss about dihybrid cross and why does the passing of the gene or the passing of the character takes place. Okay, so now let's discuss about this thing. First we will discuss what is actually dihybrid cross. See, dihybrid cross means, I told you, dihybrid cross, a cross where 2 characters of a parent are taken. 2 characters of a parent are taken. We will take it with the help of an example. Let's see if we take an example of seed shape and color. Suppose we have a round shape and yellow color seed on one side and a wrinkled shape. Wrinkled means which is not at all completely round but somewhat the roundness of that particular structure is not completely pure, we can say. So we take another seed, it was of seed, round color, so round shape yellow color seed with a wrinkled shape green color seed. These are the 2 characters we are going to take. For round yellow, we will take the character as capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. This is for the shape, this is for the color, round yellow. And for wrinkled green, we will take small r, small r, small y, small y. So these are the 2 characters we are going to take for the cross. Okay. Previous class we discussed that from the parental generation we will get the first cross product. We will get the first thing. Capital R, capital R, capital Y is actually what it is. It is actually the round yellow. And we will cross it with small r, small y, small y. What is it? It is actually wrinkled green. So this is what is actually the parental generation. right? P generation means parent, it is actually the parental generation. So at a time we will get one gamete from here. Gamete means reproduction cells, is it is actually the gamete. At a time we will take one from here, capital R. From here we will take capital Y, and here also the same thing, small r small y. What will be the first generation, F1 generation progeny that you will get? What will you get? You will combine both this, you will combine both this. What will you get actually? You will get, what will you get? You will get capital R small r capital Y small y. What is the character of this particular trait, or what is the shape or color? You can say, I already told you, if you have a capital letter, it means it is dominant. So for the matter of fact, it is a dominant character. Here we have the dominant character as capital R, which was round. So this will be round shape. And we have capital Y for dominant here, which is a yellow color. So we have round shape yellow color seed for our first generation, right? We got the round color yellow shape round shape yellow color seed for the first generation. This is the same thing that was obtained from Mendel. Mendel got the same thing in the F1 generation. What he did in the for the F2 generation, he did the self cross. Means he took this same thing and crossed one more time, capital R small r capital Y small y. Let's see how he did it. So what Mendel had now, capital R small r capital Y small y. Not Mendel, what we have actually, we are doing it. So and capital R small r capital Y small y, these are the characters. He did the selfing process, self cross, selfing, not selfie, selfing. So self cross process. So here also he will get some gametes. What could be the gametes he would get? At a time one we will take capital R, and from here capital Y. Again the same thing, capital R at a time one, so small y. Next one, small r, then capital Y, small r small y. This was the gamete, these were the gametes that he got from one side, and from the next side he might have got the same gametes definitely. Capital R capital Y, one gamete, capital R small y, second gamete, small r capital Y, next gamete, small r small y, next gamete. So these are the gametes that he got in total. Now we are trying to find what would he got in the F2 generation from these gametes. Actually I will show you when we have the straight face-to-face class, the offline class. At that time I will show you how to understand what will be the next generation. Now you understand only one thing, the result that he got was something like this. The result that Mendel got from this particular experiment was something like this. He got a ratio 9:3 ratio 3 ratio 1, 9:3:3:1, where this 9 was round yellow. I hope you understood the writing. This 3 was round green seed. These all were seeds actually, all of them were seed. This 3 was actually a wrinkled shape yellow color seed, and this was actually a wrinkled green color seed. Okay, he got a ratio of 9:3:3:1. Means in total actually he got 315 round yellow species, 108 round green species, 101 wrinkled green, 101 wrinkled green, and 101 wrinkled yellow and 32 wrinkled green. In total he got actually 556 seeds from that particular cross process. But considering the ratio, he got the ratio as 9:3:3:1. For which generation? For the F2 generation. So Mendel concluded one thing, that if there is a monohybrid cross, if there is a monohybrid cross, the F2 generation will be 3:1, whatever the character you take. And if it is a dihybrid cross, the F2 generation will always have 9:3:3:1, 9:3:3:1 as the ratio. 9:3:3:1 as the ratio for a dihybrid cross, whatever character you take. So always remember this ratio. This ratio is actually important. Now, we understood how or through which method Mendel got this particular thing. I didn't make you explain how this ratio had come. I told you we will discuss it in an offline class, because now if I make you understand, it will become more and more complicated. So it's better that you understand only one thing. For F2 generation, the ratio of a dihybrid cross will always be 9:3:3:1. Okay. Now, for what reason this thing happened? Mendel depicted a particular word for this. He understood that something is being passed from one generation to another generation, because in a monohybrid cross, when he took capital T, small t, for F2 generation, he had capital T, he had small t, also he had capital T, small t, means the character from the parents, some character from the parents were definitely found in the next generation, and also some character were mixed in the characters of the next generation. In this case, the characters were mixed. In this case, the parent generation were passed as such. He concluded one thing: there was some factor or something present in passing of this particular characters or passing of this particular trait. He named that word factor, and later that word was named as, that particular thing was named as gene. Means genes are those things which control the character or the trait of any of the living species or organism. Whatever your character is, whatever your trait is, you had got it from your parents or from your ancestors, and is because of the presence of these genes. Okay, that is because of the presence of these genes. But always the gene cannot be passed through as such. Okay, the gene cannot be passed through as such. There should be something that the gene, or some place where the gene must be present, so that the gene can be passed easily. So then came the particular concept that gene are actually found in pairs, just like as we saw now, this round yellow or round green or wrinkled yellow or wrinkled green, whatever character we took, they were in pairs. And gene always occur in pair over a structure in the cell which was known as chromosome. So where are the genes found? The genes are found in the chromosome, right? Genes are actually just like a copy of the DNA. It is just like copy of a DNA. It will have some of the genetic material present in it, and during the reproduction process, it will be passed into the next generation. Okay, so genes are present in the chromosome, in the structure chromosome, where the genes are get passed into the next generation. So how does it occur? Suppose there is a reproduction process between a male plant and a female plant. Suppose a reproduction process is occurring between a male plant and a female plant. So male plant will have some particular characters, right? Male plant will have some particular character. I will write it as gene. And this gene is present where? This gene is present in chromosome of this male plant. And what about female plant? This female plant will have its own gene. Suppose I write it as gene 2, and it will be present in the chromosome of that particular female plant. Now when there is a reproduction process, both the characters from these male plant as well as the female plant will be included into the next generation, and it will have both the genes. It will have gene 1 from the male plant and also the gene 2 from the female plant in the chromosome of its own. It will have its own chromosome. Okay, means there will be two copies from each of the parent in each chromosome of each organism. I, you, anyone, any of your friend, any of your relatives, each of them will have two copies in their each chromosome. Okay, so you will have the characters both of your parents, male, female, both parents, you will have the characters definitely for sure. And when they combine together, the chromosome number, it can be a possibility that chromosome from here and chromosome from here when together come into this particular organism, they together come into this particular organism, chromosome can become double the number, because here also chromosome are there, here also chromosome are there. Suppose there are n chromosome here, there are n chromosome here, so n plus n, this organism might get 2n chromosome. No, it will not happen. It will not happen that this chromosome will get the 2n number of chromosomes. Why? Because there are specific conditions, there are specific theory regarding it. You need not to understand that. Just understand one thing: when both the chromosomes are obtained from each of these, there will be 2n set of chromosomes for sure, but it will not be displayed. Only n number of chromosomes will be present there. It is so because the DNA in that particular organism, whatever this organism is, DNA in that organism must be stable. Because if there are so many number of chromosomes, there will be so many number of DNA, and the DNA stability will not possess. Organism's character might change. The characters that has been obtained from this parent as well as this parent, both the characters could be changed very much. So that could be any other process that we will discuss later. Okay, so that's why, and that's how the DNA or the gene passage takes place, or character passage takes place in an organism. Okay, I hope you understood the concept about how a character is being passed into the next generation. In the next class we will discuss further about the thing that we had discussed today. So you have a homework for today's class. See, here there is a color and shape being taken. I will give you another example. Tall plant means height of the plant, tall plant with red color flower. No need to take red color, take violet color. Tall plant, violet color top plant. The character you have to take, just like I took capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. It was for round, it was for yellow. Similar like that, you will take character here as capital T, capital T, capital W, capital W. Tall violet. Okay, and this is one character, one parent. Second parent will be white color small plant, short plant. Okay, white color short plant. Character small t, small w, small w. Find the crossing process. What could be the F1 generation and what could be the F2 generation. Okay, how many different type of F2 generation? Just as I told you, how many different type of F2 generation you can get. See, if the ratio you get is, you will get definitely, but you had not been explained, but definitely you will get 9:3:1, 3:3:1 ratio. Okay, you do one thing, don't need to bother about this. Find the different F2 generations that is to be obtained, or that you will get from the cross of these both parents. Violet color tall parent and white color short parent. Okay, try to do it by yourself. So it's a homework for you for today's class. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.